except to add a few things. My colleague, Honorable Agalga, has pointed out to this House that within the 8 years period, the NPP, led by President Nana Akuffo Addo, appointed 15 Supreme Court justices. 15. Appointed 48 Courts of Appeal justices. Appointed 113 High Court justices. Mr. Speaker, after making all these appointments, in the dying days of his tenure as president, he anticipated that some justices will be retiring. And in anticipation that they will be retiring, he then brought nominations to this House in order that when they retire, he will still have the numbers that he wants to have on the bench. And as a minority, we took a position that we didn't know who will become the next president after Akuffo Addo. But we believe that Akuffo Addo had had enough opportunities to fill the Supreme Court. And therefore, since it was not the case that we didn't have the minimum number to constitute a bench, he should leave the situation like that until the next president assumes office and also has an opportunity to at least appoint the 2 nominees that he wanted to appoint. Mr. Speaker, this really was fundamentally the basis of the objection of the minority at that time. Nevertheless, Mr. Speaker, the minority joined the majority at that time, and we vetted the 2 nominees. We voted the same way they voted today. They voted against, or they are voting against the nominees. We also voted against the nominees, and they voted for the nominees. A report was written. The report was brought to this House. The only reason why the nominations didn't go through was that he, as majority leader, failed to have the report taken in this House. Mr. Speaker, I am holding a copy of the report. Mr. Speaker, 38th report of the Appointments Committee on His Excellency the President's nominations for appointment as Justice of the Supreme Court, September 2024. Mr. Speaker, the report was signed by no less a person than the person who sits today as the Deputy Minority Leader, Honorable Patricia Apiaje, who was then the Vice Chairperson of the Appointments Committee. She was the Vice Chairperson of the Appointments Committee, and she signed the report. And the report recommended that the matter should be decided by this House. And he was the majority leader. And he failed to bring the report for us to take it in this House to determine the fate of the 2 justices. Mr. Speaker, I am surprised and baffled that a person who had such an excellent opportunity to have the 2 justices, 2 nominees to the Supreme Court taken in this House, and who failed and refused to bring the report for us to take. Today, he sits and accuses the NDC for rejecting 2 nominees. We did not reject them. We voted against them at committee level, and you refused to bring the report. He failed. You failed. I'm surprised. I thought you would have glossed over that part of the history of this House, because that history is against you. Mr. Speaker,